Hello, I'm back. I was sitting here thinking if I could have had that lovely family with my mother and my father at home. I was just sitting here thinking what things I wish they would have taught me, but I didn't get a chance to get taught these things because I left and got married at 16. So what things in your life you wish your parent would have taught you about adult life? For me, I am so happy. So happy. The little time I did have with my grandmother, the little time she was able to teach me things. I am so happy she did teach me a few things. She taught me, don't let no man use you. Don't let no man abuse you. Make sure you work. Don't depend on anybody. She told me, she said, don't you depend on no one for anything. She said, you work and make your own income. Don't let no man tell you, oh, you don't have to work. I'm going to take care of you. And then when you don't work, and he not taking care of you, he's not helping. Do not let a man do that, because all that man wants to do is control you. That's what my grandma told me. And as I got older, I sees that in other people. My grandma told me, you go to work, you take care of yourself. Now she said, if you're married and you want to start a family and you have to stay home to take care of the baby, for the first couple of months. And then you can go back to work. But make sure you don't work before and you have, your own little stash. Don't let no man talk you into not working at all. Because what's going to happen, you're not going to work. You're not going to have no kind of experience. Then what if he take off and leave you? Then what you going to do? You 40 years old. Don't have any kind of work experience. Hopefully you graduated school and went to college. But what are you going to do if he take off and leave you when you 30, 40? You have no work experience. Then what are you going to do? Nope. Gotta work. You have to work. You have to work before you got married, you had to be working. And then all of a sudden you get pregnant, have a baby, then you have to stop working. But make sure you go back to work after you had a baby. Or if he talk you into not going to work, make sure his income is enough to give you the life that you deserve. And you're going to have to stash some of that. Because what if he leave you later? You don't have anything saved. Then what are you going to do? You want to work at McDonald's at the age of 30, 40? Ain't nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, because I worked there for 15 years. And I had a good they gave me a retirement when I left. I was shocked. I'm like, I didn't know Jack in the Box had a retirement, but they gave me, back then, I think it was like $500 I had earned. But you gotta make sure you work. Don't let no man tell you, don't work, I'm gonna take care of you. If you do, you need to make sure you stashing a good amount of money for the rainy days. Don't you trust no man. Because some men, that's what they do, control. Because they be like, oh, she ain't going to go nowhere because she can't work. She old now. Don't do that. That's what I teach my kids. Especially my daughter. He better be rich and handing over me an extra couple $1,000s a week in order for me not to work. And still I'm going to have I don't know about this. Because something happened. He leave you or you want to leave him when you're 30, 40 years old. You ain't got no kind of experience. What are you going to do? I hope you have a good stash. Yeah, you got to work. Don't depend on no man. Don't depend on no lady if you like ladies. And men don't depend on no man if you like men. You got to work. You got to have your own. But what I taught and teach my kids, have your own. Work. It's okay to work fast foods when you're young. But you need to make sure whatever kind of job you have, you need to make sure it has, number one, medical. Because you're going to get sick. You're going to have to go to the hospital. You're going to need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the doctor, see your doctor every year. You need to get a job with some kind of medical. Number two, you need to get a job with some kind of retirement. Some kind of retirement. 401k, something you have to. Because these days, Social Security is not going to be enough to take care of you. It's not. Social Security is not going to be enough. Oh, yeah, it's going to be there. They ain't going to take Social Security away. They can't take Social Security away. Do you know what's going to happen if they take Social Security and SSI away? They can't take those two things away. So I remember my grandma now saying, oh, they're going to take Social Security away. And it's what? 50 years ago. Ain't no way they can take Social Security away. You just need to make sure you work, build into your Social Security. Make sure you have some kind of retirement plan. Make sure you have some kind of medical plan because you're going to get sick. You're going to have to go to the doctor. You have to go to the doctor. Even if you don't want to go. You need a job with some benefits, medical, retirement. Those are two main things you have to have a job with. You can't live without those two things in life. Especially when you get older. Your Social Security check ain't gonna be enough to take care of you. If you own your home, it still ain't gonna be enough. You gotta pay all those bills. You gotta take care of yourself. It's not gonna be enough. So you have to have some money saved. You have to have some kind of retirement. Save. What I do, I have about four bank accounts. You need a bank account for the bills. You need a bank account for the kids. You need a bank account for you. And you need a bank account for emergency. And an emergency bank account, you need at least 3 months. Well, in the past, they've been saying 3 months emergency money saved. These days, I think you need to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of emergency money saved. Because you will have 3 to 6 months to find you another job. Because Arizona, this state, they can just fire you just to fire you. And then what are you going to do the next 3 months? Especially if you got a house, buying a house. Especially if you're paying for a car. You just still need the money to live on. So please, you need at least 2 bank accounts. But it'd be nice if you can have 4. One for your bills. If you got kids, one for your kids. One for you and one for emergency. I think when I was young, one time I had 6 bank accounts. But now I done boiled it down to 4. You just gotta have it because you never know what might happen. Look at the virus. Look what happened with the virus. It took them forever to help the peoples when their jobs closed down. Look what happened. They helped them, but yeah, it was too late. A lot of people lost their apartment. A lot of people lost their house. So you need at least 3 to 6 months emergency money saved these days. You have to. Especially now. You need an extra bank account nowadays just to go to the grocery store. But yeah, that's what I'm teaching my kids. And taught my kids. You need at least 3 months emergency money. But now what's going on? You need at least 3 to 6 months emergency money. You need at least 2 bank accounts nowadays. At least 2 bank accounts. One for you and the bills and one for emergency. If you can't have 3, 4 bank accounts like me, you need at least 2 for these days. You do. You have to. You need at least 2. The American dream, I don't know where the American dream is at. It's like, I guess, I'm just going to say it's on hold. I hope it ain't gone. American dream was to get married. Well, yeah, get married, have a family, enjoy life. Nowadays, some apartments want 3 times the rent. 3 times the rent. 3 times the rent. How is this young generation going to afford to move on their own? That's why I say stay at home as long as you can and get your education. School. Because even with all this school, it's still not guaranteed for you to have to get a good job. A lot of people got a lot of school and education and they just still lost. But you got to still have that school. You'll get in there somewhere. If you don't have that 4 to 6 years worth of school, at least have that 2 first years of college. At least they'll know you're smart. If you have the first 2 years, at least they know you're smart. But it's still hard to find a good job with schooling. So my advice to you younger kids, stay at home as long as you can. Save. School. Stay at home at least till you get your car. Pay for that, then move out. If you can stay at home longer, do it. What do you want to move out for? What are you in a rush to move out for? To struggle? Because that's what you're going to do, especially nowadays. Stay at home as long as you can. Save much money as you can. Get much schooling as you can. And just work and grind. That's all you need to do when you stay home. Because your parents probably ain't charging you nothing or that much. It just depends. It just depends. But what I would advise for you to do, if your kids at home working, if they are giving you money, save it for them. Save it for them, and then when they move out, give it all back to them and say, here, go buy you this or go buy you that. Do that. if they are giving you money, or have them to give you money, and just save it. And then when they move out, give it back to them and tell them to go buy them something nice with it. I think that's a good idea. But these days, I think even gas going back up. Probably is because holidays finna come, people finna start traveling and everything. But yeah, you guys, gotta save. Gotta think more with our brain. Do I need this $5 hamburger? Or can I go home and make me a hamburger for $2? It's hard out here. I don't see how these young kids making it with these $12 and $13 an hour jobs. You gotta find the highest paid job if possible. You have to, if you want to move out. But that's why I say stay home. Buy your first new car or whatever car you want. Save. Then move out if you really gotta move out. And what do you need a girlfriend for? A girlfriend just a bill. Because you're gonna want to take her places, do stuff with her. That's just another bill. I think when you're under 30, you don't need no girlfriend or no boyfriend. Well, for a girl, it's a little better because the guy, pay. But a boy, you don't need no girlfriend. You want a little cootie cat, go rent a motel for the weekend. Hopefully she working. None of my kids better not be dating nobody not working. And that's no joke right there. I hope she working. And when you pick your girlfriend, make sure you go around her family to see what her family got. Now, if her family living in a project and her family old, 30, 40, 50 years old, still living in a project and ain't doing nothing to get out the project, you don't need that. You don't. I'm sorry. If you can't find nobody who want what you got or a little bit more than what you got, it's not going to make no sense for you to try to get her. Why do you want to be with somebody don't want what you want? Why do you want to be with somebody don't want what you want or trying to get more than what you got? You got to get somebody who got what you got or who want a little bit more. Other than that, it's not going to work. She's going to be pulling you down. He going to be pulling you down. Go to their house. See what their parents got. If their parents still in their 50, 60 years old, 40 years old, still living in a project, and you don't see them trying to get out of the project, that girl or guy is not for you. Unless you don't want nothing. Now, if you don't want nothing, yeah, go for it. If you want something, you got to get somebody on your level. You have to. You got to go to their house and see what their parents doing. If their parents ain't doing nothing, laying around drinking, smoking all day, ain't doing nothing, not even working, that's not for you. Unless that's what you want. I don't know. Maybe that's what you want. But no. You have to get somebody who's on your level. You have to get somebody who want more than what you got. That's the only way you're going to succeed in life if you want something. That's the only way. Because you're going to have to be pulling a lot of the weight. And it's hard. It's hard for two people out there now. Sometimes two people's got to work 3, 4 jobs. So that's why I'm saying if you stay home, get yourself together, work. Y'all can go rent y'all Airbnb for a month. Y'all ain't gotta move together yet. When y'all get ready to move together, think about marriage. Think about marriage. Do you want the people at school be calling your baby, your kid a bastard? Or when people see you, be thinking, oh, look at that little bastard baby. I'm just telling the truth. No. Y'all need to get married before y'all have these babies. Then after you get married, both y'all, boom, go buy y'all house. Why y'all want to rent an apartment paying these other people mortgages? Go buy your own home. If you go buy your own home at the age of 20, 30, you'll be homeowners in another 15 to 30 years. You still will be young. But yeah, just a little advice that I'm trying to give you. Younger people that I wish I would have did some of it. I did most of it, but there's a lot of stuff that I didn't do. But yeah, stay tuned to next time. And I'll tell you what I didn't do. Got married at 16 like a dummy. Worst mistake of my life. See you next time.